Adam writes in, Dear Country, what are some of the pros and cons to buying or renting? Also, if you is available, I French kiss on the first date and Daddy says I'm the best. Bobby, are we even checking these? Great question though, Autumn. Let me tell you something. Alright, let's talk about them pros of renting. You might have some lower upfront costs, you know, first months, last months. Depending on what you want to rent or where you want to live, that might be less than a down payment. Still gotta move though. Maintenance costs on renting is probably a lot cheaper than owning. I mean, as long as you got a good landlord and whatnot, I mean, you're right as rain. To be honest, I mean, where in the heck did tongue kissing get the name French kiss? I mean, we are in America. Like Destiny at the Gentleman's Club, you got flexibility. Meaning, most leases are only signed for 1 year, so if you want to scoop after that year, well, get on with yourself. Oh, we got some cons to renting. We're gonna get to it. One con is you ain't building no equity. All that money paying the rent just going out the window. You know, equity is what you get when you own a home. So that's a con. If I was a betting man, I'd say that rent increases is another con to renting. Seems like them suckers just keep going up every year. Alright, that could be a lot of money. That could be a mortgage payment. That's what that could be. Now let's say a fella gets into some whiskey and he wants to do some personalization. I'm not talking whiskey like when you wake up on your neighbor's lawn type whiskey, just a few. And you decide, hey, I want to hang that 12-point buck I got over at Leroy's house. I want to mount that on my wall. Well, landlord might have an issue with that. Your son Dakota, well, he ain't gonna be able to paint his room, hang up that John Deere poster or that Daisy Duke poster. A lot of that stuff goes out the window when you just is renting. I feel like you should like subscribe for more nonsense. Now let's say you was buying that house. I got 3 pros for that and 3 cons as well. Pro number 1, you is building equity. That's right, as you pay that house down and as the value goes up, that stuff in the middle, don't get into that Brandy Manhattans just yet. That's your equity. You can use that if you want to buy a bigger house later, maybe pay for a kid's technical college, or heck, maybe you use that equity and you buy yourself an investment farm. Who knows? But that equity, it's yours. There's some tax benefits to owning a house too, like that interest, maybe some closing costs, and I don't know, I ain't no CPA or nothing. But yeah, there's some tax benefits that comes with buying a house. That's a good one. It is a good one. I mean, Daddy says she's the best. I mean, kind of think I might give her a shot. I don't know though. Another thing you get stability. You get yourself into that 30-year fix, guess what? That payment ain't really going up because that rate's locked for 30 years. OD. Ma, I'll call you later. Not to mention, you ain't got to be moving every year or 2, unless you wanna. We'll get to that, I promise. But that stability is important for the kids. Think of little Dakota and Becky Sue. I mean, what the heck? You want them to have a steady place to live and a place for their animals too, don't you? Let's talk about some cons now, shall we? You might have some higher upfront costs, you know, like your down payment. Maybe you're thinking about closing costs. Heck, nowadays you might have to pay your agent separately. Who knows? So there could be some slightly higher upfront costs, not to mention appraisal and a home inspection if you is getting one of them. So there might be just a few more costs. We sure as heck know there's gonna be more maintenance when you own. I mean, you want to put up that pole barn for all your stuff and things, don't you? You ever get up from the couch, you get yourself another Brandy Manhattan or a light beer, if it's a weekday, and you just, something hurts, and you're like, where the heck did that come from? I know I ain't alone in that one. You also got to be thinking about like furnace filters. You got to be replacing them. Maybe you got to paint something, clean a gutter. I don't know, all sorts of stuff like that. Stuff I make my kids do. You got any of them?